All right, guys, we ran into a problem. I believe the throw-up bearing is shot. Unfortunately, clutch stays on the floor, shoots fluid on the ground. Almost 100% sure that it's done. So you guys know what time that is. Time to tear this apart, take the transmission out, and replace the throw-up bearing. Bummer. Well, that's no good. We'll be up there soon. All right. Are you ready for this?
Yeah.
If you watched my previous video, you know that we have major problems with the RS. I believe my slave cylinder has gone bad, or throw-out bearing, whatever you want to call it. So let's get right into it. Let's start tearing this apart. Look who's out here hard at work. All right, guys, do yourself a favor and go ahead and label some Ziploc bags. Something that simple will save you a lot of time at the end of the day. All right, guys, the battery box is out. As you see, I do have this. Hopefully it's not in the way. Next up, we are going to remove the most left would you do the honors, sir?
There you go. I'll guide you.
Just like so, just the left one. Do not forget to reconnect it because you won't have any power steering. No all-wheel drive, none of that. I made that mistake. Don't do it. Just kind of shove that out of the way. Next up, we're going to remove these two bolts right here. Much easier if you don't have a bunch of shit in the way and not holding a camera.
It's pretty tight.
Next up, we're gonna leave him do a little bit of work and have him take the starter off.
It's not an easy fit though.
All right, guys, while he was working on the starter, I went ahead and disconnected both of the shift linkage cables. All right, guys, and right down there is the ground cable on the transmission. Go ahead and take that off. Electrical is connected off of the transmission now. The ground is off. Starter is out. Next up, we are going to remove the cotter pin from the slave cylinder. Right over. Right there. Let's whisper. And my wife's calling. Can you see with the camera?
Yeah. Perfectly fine. What's up? Is this a flathead?
Yeah. It's a little bent. I can give you a bigger one if you want.
No, that should be fine. I just need to push it out more.
Is that bright enough, dude? What you got going on down there?
I'm trying to wedge this pin out.
All right, guys, one thing that we do want to do is put a vacuum sealer, I guess you could call it, on top of the line that would go onto here. Much better. One thing that you do not want to do is lose this clip that holds the slave cylinder. I swear I'm not doing that to the camera. It's doing it itself. It's going wild. Slave cylinder clip that holds the slave cylinder or the line onto the slave cylinder, so don't lose it. How you doing, buddy?
Hanging in there.
It would probably be a little easier if I didn't have these catch cans on and all these extra fuel lines. Also,
if it was an ST, it would have been easy.
If it was an ST, it would be easier, but it's not. Before we go any further, let's put some PB blaster on the downpipe.
Yeah.
Good idea?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get it nice and lubed up?
I think so. I think I got it.
It's nice and moist.
Let me just get this one over.
Make sure you use PB blaster on there. Save you a lot of headache in the end. Nothing better than tacos and cars. Yummy.
Clips up this
Downpipe, folks. So the downpipe is off. All right, guys, we do got the nuts off of the downpipe. That's pretty much all we could do from the top tonight. So that's going to be it for today's video. It's time to clean up. Look at that ass.
Whoa, whoa.
Time to clean up our mess and organize and get back to this tomorrow. Tomorrow we'll jack up the car. All we have left is charge pipes, exhaust,
Downpipe off.
the downpipe's pretty much already off. We just have the hangers. We got to take the axles off, of course, drive line, and drop the tranny.
Yep. Then transmission mount, rear motor mount. And that's it.
We got about an hour and a half, 2 hours in, and unfortunately we got a late start because we did have to pick up a transmission jack to make our life a little easier when it comes time to that. But as I mentioned earlier, we are in no rush because we don't have any of the parts in. I got some Mountune transmission oil coming in. That's definitely needed, and a throwout bearing would be nice to go along with that, and I don't have that yet, so no rush. Well, hopefully we're still on schedule for the dyno. And one suggestion: put your tools away when you're done with them, otherwise things get lost and you look for tools the next day for 2 hours. Sorry it's dark, but if you're doing this in your driveway or in a place with mosquitoes, this thing right here is magic. All right, guys, day 2. I did get the throwout bearing in and the transmission fluids, so that's all the better. I wasn't supposed to be here until Monday, otherwise I would have got a lot more done. Just to recap, I pretty much did everything that I can do from the top last night. Now it's time to get ready to drop the tranny. Let's get going. First thing that we're going to do right now is go ahead and loosen all the lug nuts in the front. All right, wheels are loose, time to jack it up. Why Fresno, why? It's going well, a lot better than last time.
Well, that clamp didn't really hold up. But I guess we have a coolant flush. There's one more thing to add. Hey, Bo.
Hey, what's up?
Sway bar's coming on.
I'm kicking our ass.
God. You hear that bar, dude?
Sway bar is officially off, and I'm proud of myself. I've been marking everything. All right, guys, for those of you that don't know what the slave cylinder looks like on the RS, that's it. We got to drop the tranny for that. Ridiculous. The spinny thing, that's not a turbo. Let's not play with it and break it. All right, guys, downpipe is out. Do yourself a favor, replace this gasket. $7 on Amazon. It's called a Vibrant gasket. Day 2 food vlog. You know what? This is saving us tonight. It's 107. It's probably about 104 right now. But man, it really hurts. All right, guys. Somewhere we have our exhaust. That's already off. Driveline. PTU is about to come off right now. Then it's time to drop the tranny. Things are going pretty quick. How you doing down there?
Getting this PTU screw off. That's like about
As long as your Peter?
It's at least a foot long, bro. This thing is crazy.
Alright guys, you're not gonna be able to see it because I'm not on the bottom of the car, but the PTU is all the way off. It is time to drop the infamous tranny. Guess what's about ready to come out? The tranny. Literally 2 bolts is holding it in. The transmission jack. We just got to put a jack under the oil pan right now to support the engine, and the tranny's out. Look what's out. Ryan, you want to do the honors and show them how bad this little spinny thing went?
This is supposed to be pushed out over here, and
Bearings are fried. Springs most likely broken. Everything about it is bad.
Wanna show them the new one?
Yeah, let's show them the new one. That's how it's supposed to look. Nice and smooth.
And it's supposed to spring back and forth. Versus this one, it's straight down. That's what's going to cause your bleeding from the transmission. That's why you got all this brake fluid still in there.
We're going to have to clean that up.
Yeah.
One really good sign is that there's no clutch dust inside of the bell housing. Everything looks pretty good. We're going to inspect the clutch here in a few minutes as soon as we get the new slave cylinder installed and make sure that there's no significant wear, and from there we'll be mounting the transmission and calling it a night.
BBs right here.
Good. Bearings, part of the throwout bearing.
See, these are supposed to go on the inside of here.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Should we take the pressure plate off?
No. I'm gonna take a look at it.
Extreme clutch.
Oh no, Bo. Oh no. You run this thing hard. No, I'm just kidding. Look at this is where that bearing that broke. Where's it at? This thing?
Right, and it just scuffed it all up.
Yeah, it just went ding, ding, ding. This part was all cut up right here. Yeah,
But
that's that metal shaving.
It looks okay.
Yeah, it looks really good, to be honest. Let me see. I could check the pads from here. Oh, dude, you got really good pads too. Nothing's chunked up. Nothing looks bad. There's no gray dust, like clutch dust or anything.
Well, that's all good signs. Clutch is a little, pressure plate's dinged up a little.
It's really good though.
It's torqued down good still.
Oh yeah, it's not loose at all. It shouldn't be moving. Yeah, no, you're good, dude. You're good.
No teeth are broken on the flywheel.
Nah.
Good.
Nothing looks stripped either.
Alright, let's put it back together.
Should we go?
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Straight does it look?
Alright guys, the transmission is going back on. Alright guys, day three. We are torquing down the transmission. Last night we just got it installed. Not all the bolts are in yet, but it's held into place. That was my main goal for the night. I am going to list all the torque specs in the description. Make your life easy. Alright guys, the PTU is in place. Tranny's all mounted down. Downpipe is on. What do we have left? Next up we're going to bleed the clutch. I'll show you guys how to do that. And next we're going to start putting the axles in and the rear motor mount. And pretty much we're almost done. After that there's just drive shaft, exhaust, and braces. It is time to bleed the clutch. As you see, I have this connector right here on the bleed out, which is under the air box, right on top of the transmission right here. That connects to the slave cylinder. So what he's going to do inside of the car right now is pump the clutch approximately 5 times, and then we're going to crack it. Alright guys, so we ran into some more unfortunate luck. Would you imagine that? So as I was telling you guys, we have to bleed the clutch, and this part here is supposed to crack open with just your standard ratchet, and no matter what we do, it will not come open. I'm pretty sure what happened was the fluid got hot when the slave cylinder was going bad, and it just melted it all together. So we will have to order a replacement for that. And while we're at it, we're just going to replace this line back here because it does seem to be leaking a little bit. I don't know if it melted the O-ring because it got so hot, so we're just gonna replace it all and just be safe. Other than that, the car is pretty much done. The downpipe is on. The only thing that we haven't done is the axles, drive shaft, exhaust, intake, battery, and charge pipes, and the chassis brace. So we're literally an hour to an hour and a half from being done, and now we have to wait for a part. So hopefully we make the dyno, which is scheduled this Thursday. It's currently Saturday. I can't order the part until Monday. Please, somebody help me. Alright guys, day 4, and all we got left to do is put the axles back in, drive shaft, exhaust, battery, charge pipes, chassis brace. Then we have to wait for that clutch bleed nipple because it is shot. And it looks like my neighbor picked up an RS. Alright guys, quick update. We got the exhaust on, we got the drive shaft on. We're going to replace a broken nut right now that we already got out. And all we have left is the chassis brace, charge pipes, axles, battery, intake, shift cables, button up this wiring, mount the ethanol sensor to the battery box again, and replace that nozzle once it comes in. And other than that, we're done. Bittersweet feeling. The car is getting off of jack stands right about now. Everything is done. I'm sorry I haven't really followed up too much on the video process today, but I just wanted to get it done because I do have that dyno appointment Thursday. If I could get that part in to bleed the clutch, that's the only thing that's not done. Everything else is done. I haven't started the car yet, so I don't have much fluid in the tank. No battery box, as you see, no intake, and we still have to fill up the transmission, but besides that, everything is done. 4th day, would have been done a lot sooner. If this didn't break last night, we would have been at this point last night. So I guess we'll pick this video up on Tuesday because I doubt Ford will have it in stock. Today is Sunday once again. Besides that, everything is looking good. Just got to make sure that's yours. We just got to make sure that no leaks or anything, but we'll figure that out as soon as we get the car started tomorrow. Yeah, bro.